Well, happy Monday. Oh my goodness. I have had quite the weekend. That's why I'm slightly off my mark. Usually I'm on right at 1 o'clock, but I have had an amazing, amazing weekend. It started last week by going to the Health and Freedom Conference with Nutritional Frontiers and talking with all kinds of amazing healthcare practitioners and people who are really conscious about choices they're making in their health. So good. And I got to spend great time with the team at NF, Jamie, and all of our sales reps, and really just setting our focus and intention for next year. And, one of the things that I love to do, a lot of people do, is like select a word of the year. What is the word of the year going to be for you? And for me, the word is effortless. Ooh, doesn't that sound good? Just how can things come to you effortlessly with grace and ease? Now, there's a part of effortless that's kind of like a duck gliding on the water. They look so smooth, they make it look so easy, but they're paddling really hard underneath. That's probably more closely to me. But I love the idea of manifesting things and having things be effortless and having things come to me naturally, easily, and with grace. And so I wanted to pop on here today to let you know that if you haven't seen what I'm going to do later, you're going to want to be a part of it. Um, I started a new book on my adventure. I started to tell you, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place today. Too much coffee, I think. But I was in Orlando. Like I said, I started out at the Health and Freedom Conference with Team NF and setting our intention for the year. And then I effortlessly moved over to the USTA National Campus Tennis Center with 18 of my closest girlfriends. And we actually participated in a tournament where it's the best in the state. They compete in different levels in tennis. And as you know, that's my sport. That's my thing. That's what I love. And so we effortlessly made our way over to the courts and had a great time. I was 1-1. I had one loss and one win. But the neat thing about my win was that it was against the number one team that was winning everything and hadn't lost a set or a line to anybody. Well, my partner and I managed to pull out the win. We didn't eke it out for the whole team, but we got our line, and it was really nice to deal them just a little tiny loss. That was kind of fun. Anyway, I played some of my best tennis, and that was a blast. I also think it was so great to just connect with girlfriends. We did things like play board games and just enjoyed each other's company and sat in the jacuzzi and had wine and just laughed and talked and shared. So that sense of community and belonging and love, you can't pass that up. That was an amazing experience. So I had this great weekend. And then to top it off, I had one of my besties come in from California. She also had a conference in Orlando. So she was able to come and watch me play yesterday, which was such a treat. And then we got to spend time together last night and having breakfast this morning before I got back to Tampa. So I have had a crazy full weekend. So the fact that I'm doing a webinar tonight at 6 o'clock, you might be like, what are you thinking? One of the things that I love to do is when I do travel is to listen to books. And so I do a lot of actual reading of books, but when I'm traveling, I like to listen to stuff in the car. And I started this book called The Quantum Doctor. So if you haven't read it yet, it's really fascinating. And it talks about science in consciousness. So conscious science. It's actually written by a doctor. And he's talking about how we don't have to be in the allopathic camp or the alternative camp. Can't we be in the integrative camp, the integral camp? So it's not necessarily that we've been doing healthcare all wrong, but it's like everything else, right? Duality, bipolar, positive, negative, black, white, divisiveness. It doesn't have to be all in on allopathic or traditional medicine and all in on alternative. It has to be, what do we need to do to treat the whole person holistically, right? So one of the things that I'm going to be talking to you about tonight is how The energy medicine or the energy work that I'm talking to you about in my methodology, the soul intelligence method, how that can actually get to the root cause of an issue. Sometimes we treat symptoms, right? Because we're still doing that detective work, trying to figure out what's wrong with someone. So it's always helpful if you can get to the root cause. And because everybody and everything is energy, we tend to cause dissonance in our frequency when we're holding on to energy. And what holds energy? Emotions. When energy is not in motion, that's when it gets stuck. That's when it causes stuff within our body to malfunction, and we need to address it. So it's not that you've been taught everything, everything you've been taught up until now is wrong, but it's only been part of the story. Everything that tends to be wrong with us physically stems from blocked energy. Something is stuck in our field that needs to release. It's an obstruction in the flow, a dissonance in our frequency. And I have developed a methodology that actually helps you shift that out. So whether it's a negative emotion, negative thought, belief, those are tough, right? Those are in there for a while. And they really, self-limiting beliefs really cause a lot of damage and force us to see things through these cloudy lenses, kind of having dirty glasses. I just took mine off because I was like, woo, I need to clean those. So this methodology can actually complement what you're doing as a healthcare professional or as a healer. And what this methodology does is it allows you to figure out what exactly is stuck, because sometimes we don't know, right? Sometimes people are depressed. We don't know why. Sometimes people don't feel good and we don't understand what's going on. Sometimes we have people who keep coming back to us over and over and over again without seemingly getting better. Or sometimes we treat one thing and then they're back to us for another thing, right? It's like one thing after another. So one of the things that the energy work that I do, that I want to teach others, I'm so passionate about, does is it helps you get to the root cause. And it helps you figure out, okay, if I know the root cause, then I can help prescribe things or I can make recommendations. So whether you choose a natural path, right, where you might be doing supplements to help shift something within the body, or whether you're prescribing a medication because you're going to help something shift within the body, doesn't mean those two things can't coexist together. Right? Usually everybody tells you, yeah, you got to watch your diet, you got to watch your exercise. It's not separate, it's together. It's not an either or, it's an and, right? So I'm going to be talking tonight. I'm going to be sharing with you my personal story, how I got to be doing what I'm doing. I'm going to share with you case studies of people that I have actually helped shift for the better, how we got to the root cause, and then what happened later. Because after the session is really when the magic happens. Not only am I going to do that, but I am going to be doing a group healing session right on, live and on camera. And I'm actually going to use 2 cameras so that you actually be able to see what I'm doing, kind of like a cooking show where you get to see overhead what's happening. And so I think you will really enjoy it. Now, if you can't be with me live tonight at 6:00 Eastern, I will be sending out a replay, but you have to sign up for me to be able to get you the replay. So if you're interested in attending, please just send me a direct message and myself or a member of my team will get back to you with the link, because I'm doing it on Zoom, separate from any social media. But I would love to have you. I would love to share this method with you. If you're not interested in learning it, but you know someone who might be, send this to them. Let them know. I would love to do this because I feel like I'm on a mission. And I would love to be able to teach more people the soul intelligence method, because I really know how powerful this is. I've witnessed this. I've seen it in my own life and the lives of others. And it is certainly a great complement to any practice. So I hope to see you again tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, right on a Zoom. So if you're interested and you want to come, just send me a quick direct message and I'll be sure to get the link out to you. Until next week, I hope everybody has a fabulous week ahead, and I will look forward to seeing many of you tonight at 6:00. Take care.